Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Holowitz and I want to talk to you about using a header and footer to create a company letterhead template in Microsoft Word. What you see on the screen is I've written out some text that I'm going to use in my headers and footers. And to start with, I'm going to put my logo and this tagline, "Do you need computer training?" in my header. To do that, I'm going to start by creating some artwork in a table. So let me show you what I'm going to do here. First, I'm going to hit the Enter key to go down a little bit, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to go up on Table, and I'm going to go Insert, and I'm going to create a table that has 3 columns and 2 rows. Oop, let's do that again. 3 and 2, and I'm going to click on OK. So now I have a table. I'm going to come up on the toolbar, and in the first cell I'm going to insert my logo. So I'm going to click on Insert. I'm going to come down to Picture. I'm going to go from File, and I know I have my logo on the desktop of my computer. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. There it is right there. And I'm going to click on Insert. So now I have my logo in a table. I'm going to take these 2 cells right here and I'm going to merge these together. I highlighted both of them. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go Merge Cells. So now I'm going to take my tagline, highlight it, and I can actually just drag it right up into that cell. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the Enter key a couple times. I want to bring that down. And I'm not going to get too fancy here. I'm going to keep this rather simple. And I'm going to center this. And I might make it a little bit smaller just because I feel it's out of proportion. And again, I'm just trying to illustrate this quickly, so I'm not going to worry greatly about exactly how it looks. So now what I'm going to do is I have my table. I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to go down to where it says borders and shading, and I'm going to take none and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to apply it to the entire table because I don't want to see the borders when I insert it into my header. So now I have my table, and I'm just doing a really quick rough table. I'm going to go up and I'm going to go Control X to delete that. I'm cutting it. Now I'm going to go up to View. I'm going to go down to where it says Header and Footer, and my header will pop up. Now I'm going to go Paste by going Control V, and I put my table in my header. So now I have created a header that includes that table. I'm going to hit delete, or actually go backspace. Actually, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to take out this bottom row because I don't really need it. So I'm going to click delete, and now I have my header. So let's close this to see what it looks like. You'll see it looks grayed out. And I believe, and I'm going to click the print preview to make sure, I want to make sure that I took off the entire borders because I think it's just showing me the border so that it will show me the layout. So now I have my header. That's how it looks. If I make this bigger, you'll see it a little bit clearer. So now I have my header. Now, that's not exactly the way I'd want it. I'd probably work on it a little bit, but to illustrate how to do it, that's what I did. And I'm going to click close to get out of my print preview. So now let's take this information right here, highlight it. I'm going to go Control X to cut it because I want to get it out of the body. I'm going to go back up to View. I'm going to go down, Header and Footer. But it goes right to my header, and really what I want to do is I want to get down to my footer. So I'm going to click on this little item right here that says Switch between Header and Footer. I'm going to do Control V, and I pasted this in my footer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to center all this. And again, I'm just doing this quick. Oop, didn't center it. I put it a line. There we go. So now I've centered it. And I'm not sure I like exactly the way this looks, but I'm just illustrating how to do this to show you how to quickly do a header and footer. And you can go in and mess with it and get it exactly the way you want it. I'm going to click Close, and now I have my header and footer. There's my footer, there's my header. Now although you see a box up here, those are just the grid lines showing me the outline of the table so that when I go to work with it, I'll be able to see that there's a table there in the exact cells. So let's go back up and go to print preview. There we go. There's my company letterhead. I'm going to come up, click close. And now, if I was going to save this as letterhead, I would not save it as a document. I would save it as a template. So I'm going to go File. I'm going to go Save, because it's the first time I've saved this, and I'm going to call it Company Template. Now, if I type this in and then click save, what it's going to actually do is save it as a document. And that's okay, but if it's something I want to use over and over again, I'm going to come down, click on the drop down, and choose Document Template. And a template is something that you'll save and you can use over and over and over again. And that's generally what I recommend. Now, obviously, you wouldn't want to do this until you get it perfect. So if you're working on it, modifying it, correcting it, you can save it as a document. When you get it exactly the way you want it, open up that document, go File, Save As, and then save it as a template. But I'm just going to do this right now. I'm going to click Save. So now what I've done is I've created a company template. If I wanted to use the template to potentially send a letter to maybe a client or prospect, I'm going to close this down. And if you want to use that template, go File, click on New. On the right hand side, you can click on Templates on my computer. And there's the company letter right there. Double click on it. And this is actually an old one that I had created. I clicked on the wrong one. But to get the point, you can see that I've created a company template. So my name is Tony Holowitz. That's how you use the header and footer. That's how you use the header and footer to create a company template. And just to illustrate that, let me go back up and do that again. I'm going to come over on my computer, and I chose the wrong one. It's company template instead of company letter. And there you go. And if I scroll down, you have the header and footer. My name is Tony Holowitz. Have a great day, and I hope you've learned now how to create a template using a header and footer.